midday. Good afternoon. I'm Adeola Adekunle with Global News. In the news, 22 people arrested in DR Congo opposition protests. Thousands take part in pro-EU rally in Moldovan capital. Miami Heat move closer to finals with win over Boston Celtics.
This is the news.
The leadership of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors (NARD) has suspended its one-week warning strike. The president of the association, Dr. Emeka Oji, said the strike was suspended for 2 weeks after reaching some agreement with the government on Friday. However, he said the doctors will meet again on the second day of June this year to review progress made with the agreement signed, after which the association will decide on their next line of action. The resident doctors had reached an agreement with the federal government over the 5-day warning strike it embarked upon. On May the 17th, NARD began a 5-day warning strike to press home its demands after a 14-day ultimatum to the government lapsed. The doctors are demanding, among other things, the payment of all salary arrears for their members, as well as the immediate upgrade of infrastructure in public hospitals. Security forces in the Democratic Republic of Congo have arrested about 20 people following Saturday's opposition protest in the capital, Kinshasa. In its assessment of the demonstration, the Congolese National Police said the 20 included individuals who allegedly vandalized the Kianza police station. 3 police officers were also arrested as a result of the brutality inflicted on the demonstrators and on a minor. Police said at least 27 law enforcement forces were injured, 3 of whom were in serious condition. A journalist was also beaten up by a gang of overexcited protesters. The demonstrations were organized by 4 opposition parties to protest against the high cost of living, widespread insecurity in the eastern part of the country, and the lack of transparency in the preparations for elections scheduled for December. Volodymyr Zelensky has insisted that Bakhmut is not occupied by Russia after a Moscow-backed mercenary group had claimed control. The Ukraine's president spoke during a scene-stealing visit to Hiroshima, Japan for the G7 summit. Wagner founder Yevgeny Prigozhin had earlier claimed victory in Bakhmut, but Ukrainian military said they still had control of a handful of buildings on the outskirts of the city. At a press conference on the final day of the summit, Mr. Zelensky, who refused to provide precise details, said the city, where the world's longest and bloodiest battle has raged since August, was not occupied by Russia as of today. Mr. Zelensky compared Bakhmut to Hiroshima, which was hit by an atomic bomb in World War II, and promised a similar reconstruction of his country. A huge pro-EU rally has taken place in Moldova's capital, Chisinau. The rally was organized by the country's president, Maya Sandu. An estimated 75,000 people turned out to support Moldova's push to join the European Union. A pro-Western government has accused Russia of stoking tensions by supporting Moldova's pro-Russian opposition Sol party. Moscow denies meddling in the country's affairs. Ms. Sandu told demonstrators a country no longer wanted to be an outlier. She pledged that Moldova would become a European Union member nation by 2030. You're on to Global News from Adaba 88.9 FM. Correct transmitting from Ilaramoki. After the break, Miami Heat move closer to finals with win over Boston Celtics. Details in the second part of the bulletin. Join us again.
You can place your business and brand adverts on Adaba 88.9 FM online platforms at Adaba FM TV on YouTube, Adaba 88.9 FM on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. With an audience of over 60,000 people across all our social media platforms and a reach of over 315,000 overall. Call these numbers today to push your market before that audience. Kadzim on 080 30414 or Hazan on 080-650-77920 or Feyi on 0814-138-8719 or Temi on 080-66766-944. You can place your business and brand adverts on Adaba 88.9 FM online platforms at Adaba FM TV on YouTube, Adaba 88.9 FM on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. With an audience of over 60,000 people across.
On Adaba 88.9 FM.
Glad to have you back for news, update, and live streaming. Visit our website www.adaba889.fm or download Adaba FM app on Google Play Store. You can be part of us on our social media platforms www.facebook.com/adabafm88.9 on Facebook, at Adaba889FM on Instagram, and Adaba FM TV on YouTube. To provide us information, you can reach us via email newsroom@adaba889.fm. And now to the rest of the bulletin. Greece's conservative Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis has won national elections, hailing his party's big victory as a political earthquake. His center-right New Democracy Party was heading for almost 41% of the vote, 5 seats short of a majority. His center-left rival Alexis Tsipras congratulated him with his Syriza party's set for a poor result of 20%. Mr. Mitsotakis said the result showed that Greeks had given his party a mandate for a 4-year government. Hours earlier, party supporters in Athens cheered as an exit poll indicated the unexpected scale of New Democracy's victory. As results emerged, it was clear that pre-election polls had underestimated the 20-point margin between the two main parties. Mr. Mitsotakis' party won 146 seats, 5 seats short of the 151 required for a majority. President Joe Biden and top Republican Kevin McCarthy have spoken on the phone in a change of tone in stalled talks on lifting the U.S. debt ceiling. Mr. Biden told newsmen that the call went well and the two would talk again on Monday as he arrived back at the White House from the G7 summit in Japan. The two sides remain at odds over budget cuts demanded by the Republicans as a condition for raising the ceiling. Failure to do so by June could result in the U.S. defaulting on its debt. That would mean the federal government could not borrow more money or pay all its bills. The Treasury Department has warned that a default could begin on June the 1st. Such an outcome would cause chaos in financial markets and lead to further rises in interest rates. Sports. Miami Heat are within one win of the NBA Finals after a comfortable 128-102 victory over the Boston Celtics in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Heat led 3-0 in the best-of-7 series thanks to 29 points from point guard Gabe Vincent and host Game 4 on Tuesday. The winners will face either the Denver Nuggets or the Los Angeles Lakers. The Nuggets are 3-0 up in the Western Conference Finals with Game 4 on Monday. Vincent had 6 three-pointers, while Duncan Robinson and Caleb Martin added 22 and 18, respectively, off the bench after veteran Kevin Love was forced out early in the game with an ankle injury. Star forward Jimmy Butler had a relatively quiet night with 16 points as the Heat were aiming to become only the second 8-seeded team to reach the finals, dominated at both ends of the floor. And now to end global news, a recap of our top stories. Security forces in the Democratic Republic of Congo have arrested about 20 people following Saturday's opposition protest in the capital, Kinshasa. Each pro-EU rally organized by the President Maya Sandu has taken place in Moldova's capital, Chisinau. Miami Heat are within one win of the NBA Finals after a comfortable 128-102 victory over the Boston Celtics in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And that's Global News. It was edited by Olasukomi Elujoba. I'm Adeola Adekunle. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.